2013 was an amazing year for games, but I'm going to pick my top 5 most disappointing games of last year. So this is games that perhaps I was expecting a lot from, and the games perhaps didn't deliver. So this is my top 5, and number 5 is Beyond Two Souls on the PS3 exclusive. Basically, I was a big fan of Heavy Rain. It was so dramatic, the storyline was amazing, it was acted really well. But I think this game went a little bit too far. I think it went almost more towards the movie side of things, and I think it almost ruined the game a bit for me. So basically, I think David Cage wants to make a movie and he sort of failed. Basically, I think he should go back to sort of focusing on the gameplay elements, also with the interaction of the story and stuff. I felt like the story was just really confusing at times. There was no real purpose behind the plot. It was all backwards and forwards between these time zones and stuff. One minute is a young Jodie, and then you go forward and it's a really old Jodie. It's just really confusing. What's going on? And there was really no dramatic decisions actually during the game. It's right at the end we can pick different endings, and that was it. So I was like, this game is not really what I wanted. I want a little bit more of a sort of Heavy Rain experience where my decisions were in between the game, in the middle, beginning of the game, actually affect the ending, and it didn't feel like that. It was just wasn't the emotion wasn't there. I mean, have to admit, Ellen Page and William Dafoe were amazing at their jobs at literally acting out these characters, but they were quite limited by the lines that David Cage gave them, and I feel like he needs to go back to the drawing board and just sort of think, how can I deliver a game on the PS4 visually looks amazing, the story's good, and the gameplay is just good as well. So I wanted some sort of interactive story where my decisions during the game actually factor into the ending, where perhaps there's multiple endings and different things can happen during the whole game, maybe. Please, David Cage. So that's my number 5. Now let's move on to number 4. So number 4 is Dead Island Riptide. So this is a game I was hoping to really just get immersed in this world with all the zombies and stuff and create some awesome weapons, but for me, I didn't enjoy the game. The side missions, the main missions, there's loads of very similar weird little quests where it's going backwards and forwards, travelling over the island. It just made no sense. I didn't enjoy it at all. It just felt clanky. The AI was all over the place, and it's just so frustrating. I hate where the zombies just reappear all the time as well. I was stop reappearing. I just killed you 10 times. Stop coming back. And it's just really frustrating. The side quests weren't enjoyable. It's just repeating the same thing. Give me this weapon, or get me this tablet or something, or do something. It's just the same stuff over and over again. It wasn't entertaining for me. I got bored. I didn't even finish the game, but I heard the last boss is absolutely terrible and it's just not enjoyable. So this is a game I would not recommend at all. I'm hoping, I have tried out Dying Light already, a very early preview build, and it did perform a lot better. It was a lot more enjoyable with the jumping and stuff, the jumping free running mechanic, but I'm hoping Dying Light will be a lot better. But for me, this game was just not a lot of fun, but hopefully Dying Light, fingers crossed, is going to be amazing in February or March time. So number 3 is Battlefield 4. So this is quite a controversial one for me because I love this game to bits, but it's not delivered for me. It just hasn't delivered. It's been a game that I wanted so much from, and I thought I was going to put so much time into that game and really get my time and money back from it, but it's never really happened. So when I got the game, I could barely connect to it on the PC on launch. It just couldn't get into it. It was struggling like crazy. One thing I do want to mention, this game visually looks amazing, especially on the PC, the Xbox One and the PS4. Xbox One is obviously the least, probably the third, and it looks like a sort of medium, low-res sort of PC version. The PS4 looks a little bit more medium to high maybe, so it's definitely quite impressive that they've got that sort of whole setup on the console now. But for me, the 360 and the PS3 version look beyond crap. So bad, it's just terrible. I mean, literally, you go up to a wall and it's just a blur. It's it looks, I don't know if it looks like a sort of one of those sort of first launch games that come out for that console. It just looked like it hadn't been optimized at all. It's just been rushed out, and I'm guessing people bought it, but for me, it looked terrible. I could really connect as well on the 360 version, the Xbox One version, also the PS4. I couldn't connect for ages. Apparently, it's better now. There's been lots of patches and stuff, but the PC still has issues. The Xbox One, I went on the other day and it still couldn't connect. It was still just randomly disconnecting during matches and stuff, and it was just a little bit frustrating for me to play. But like I said, the PC version is incredible to look at. The visuals look astonishing, and that's definitely a big thing for that game. But I mean, the explosions, the lighting, the textures look amazing on PC, especially if you have like a really, really decent graphics card. Anything from like a 760 upwards is normally pretty good, so that's definitely a big advantage. But the single player is very lackluster. It was a little bit better than the last one, but they promised us this single player would be amazing, and it was fairly average at best. I mean, they had these random crates that were just like sitting there with weapons in. Unlimited weapons, unlimited ammo, pick up the ammo, continue. It's just a bit odd. I don't know, it just felt really weird. I guess the characters are pretty okay-ish. There wasn't many like... There's a few like epic explosions and stuff, but nothing that really got me. It never really got me, and it's just like, you had this random big decision at the end of the game, which is a bit weird, but yeah, generally the story was very lackluster. It was very like, oh, the Chinese are attacking, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, whatever. But yeah, so that was Battlefield 4. Again, I'm hoping it'll work for me at some point. Fingers crossed, I will definitely go back onto it. But for me, this is a game that I like, but I've been disappointed from, and this is definitely the third on my list. So let's go straight on to the second one. Number 2 is Aliens Colonial Marines. Basically, I got this game because I saw some previous gameplay about a year before release where Gearbox released it in Sega, saying, look at this amazing game that we're going to release. And it actually looked pretty good. It looks almost on par with Battlefield 4. It looks that gorgeous, this gameplay. It looks amazing. I was like, I'm going to buy some PC, I'm going to play it, I'm going to destroy my graphics card and stuff with this amazing Aliens experience. And it didn't deliver at all. It was terrible. I mean, literally the whole thing was goddamn terrible. The only little nugget of gloriness I can think of is the online was okay. As in, you had aliens and you had like the Marines. It was okay. It created like this sort of atmosphere where the aliens were obviously invisible and you couldn't see them. You had to sort of detect them with your little radar thingy, and that was quite cool. But that's the only nugget of gloriness I can find within this game. It's terrible. First thing I'll talk about is the way it looks. It looks nothing like the previous gameplay you showed us, Gearbox or Sega. It looks completely different. It was obviously post-rendered stuff. It's all fake crap. So we obviously missold. Thank you for that. I actually pre-ordered that because I saw the previous gameplay. God damn you guys, seriously. So annoying. But yeah, Aliens is a franchise I've loved since I was young. I used to watch all the old films and stuff, and I was really, really into the Aliens. So anything with aliens in it, I will tend to buy. And I still got missold a bit, I guess, which is a bit stupid of me. But anyway, the textures were so bad in this game. The game looked just terrible. It looked like a sort of launch title for the Xbox 360, or even beyond that. It could be a PS2 title. It looked that bad. It looked terrible. You should see some gameplay now. It just looks terrible. It looks really, 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 really bad. And the storyline's even worse. It's just nothing there at all in this game. The AI was terrible. The aliens weren't freaky or scary. It was just, they get killed in like a shot. It's like, aliens don't die in like a shot. They take like a goddamn clip at least. You know what I mean? It's like, even if you see this in like the Steam sale for like a $1 or £1, just ignore it, guys. And yeah, let's move on to number 1. So my most disappointing title of 2013 has to be Rome 2. Rome 2 is definitely my number 1 by Creative Assembly. Basically, this is a game I was so excited about at the beginning of 2013. I was just like, couldn't wait for this game to come out. I want to play it so bad. But unfortunately, the fundamentals of this game were not working. So if you don't know, basically Rome 2 is basically this massive map of Europe, and you have this insane realistic battles based on like Roman times and stuff, and it sounds awesome, doesn't it? But it didn't work very well. It's like basically like naval combat. You have troops on the ground, and for some reason the AI was just terrible. The actual battles were at times really odd. They would run towards you, run back, run forward. It's just like the tactics were all over the place. They made no sense. And for some reason Creative Assembly tend to have this name now for releasing games when they're not ready, and this is definitely the case now. I think with Sega, we're like, come on guys, hurry up a bit, let's release it, let's hit that release date, and they struggled, and it just doesn't the whole fundamentals of the game don't work. It's just terrible. So the actual map where you basically display your units and you can sort of move your units, the AI doesn't really like to attack you much. They tend to stay back and, oh, we're really scared of you, we're not going to attack you and stuff, which is not realistic. I don't get that at all. It makes no sense. And they will and when they do actually attack you, they attack you for like one unit or something. It's like one itsy unit, which will be destroyed in like a split second. It just makes no sense. It was fundamentally, the game was broke. And unfortunately, I think the game's now been patched. Well, fortunately, sorry, the game has now been patched. And it's now working to a reasonable standard, apparently. But I haven't had the chance to check it out. But around launch and for the first 4 or 5 months, the game was pretty much broke. Me and my mate wanted to play co-op and just have some fun with that. And it took literally about 20 to 30 minutes to load the next turn. I'm not even joking. We had to wait there for about 20 minutes for them to basically all move all their units and load up and stuff. There's just so many different like civs and countries to like load. It was insane. It was just so bad. And I was so looking forward to this game. It was stupid. It's basically a full price game as well. So it's like, I think it's like £40 or £30 or $60. It's like a full priced PC game. It wasn't one of those sort of cheap PC games. It's just mental. I mean, I cannot explain how I was excited for this game because I love the Roman times. I love the epic scale of battles and stuff, and being tactical and trying to get your troops around the flanks and stuff. But the AI just performs really weirdly. I guess if they have more numbers than you, it wasn't too bad. But if they don't, they tend to really struggle. They don't like any sort of tactics. They tend to just stand there. They'll run at you and then run back. It's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? There's so many weird glitch videos online as well of this game, so have some laughs at that. It's just crazy. Or go and watch Angry Joe's review of this game. That pretty much sums up this game in one very long video, but it was a pretty awesome video. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed my most disappointing games of 2013. Hopefully next year doesn't have any games that can disappoint me. I doubt it though, but who knows. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what your top 5 most disappointing games are in the comments below. Like this video if you guys enjoyed it, share with your friends and stuff, and I will see you guys for some more content very soon. I'm hoping to do like Game of the Year and stuff like that very soon as well, so yeah, bye bye.